Okay, guys, here we go. Week 13 is about 3 hours away, and one of the last videos to put up for the NFL here is the Detroit Lions are going to travel to the Superdome in New Orleans and take on the New Orleans Saints and Derek Carr. And, this is a big game for Detroit. They've kind of been lulling along here in the last 3-4 weeks. Goff hasn't been himself, and they've won a couple games, they've lost a couple games, but at 8-3, it's time to draw a line in the sand and say, listen, are you an NFC contender or are you really just a pretender? So here's what I'm thinking in this matchup. When you talk about the Detroit Lions, what I think of is a tremendous offense. Led by Jared Goff. You've got tremendous weapons all over the field in Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got one of the best tight ends to come into the NFL in a long time in Laporta. And not to mention the two-headed monster of David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. All this does is breed a combination of power, speed, and accuracy. The Detroit offense has been one of the best in the NFL this year. And, you're going into the Superdome to take on a really banged up New Orleans team, currently at 5-6. I don't think there's any chance of New Orleans making the playoffs this year. I mean, this would be a really big upset for them if they did it. But, when you're down 3 wideouts, no Michael Thomas, no Rashid Shaheed, and you're down to your fourth string wide receiver in A.T. Perry. I mean, who is this guy anyway? But, this is what you got. And, it's called the next man up. So, Carr's going to have his hands full. It's going to probably try to do a heavy dose of Alvin Kamara today. But I don't think he can because, this Detroit defense is really good. They're a product of their coach, Dan Campbell, and he's a fighter, he's a nail biter, he'll chew your ear off and spit it out at you, and he's a player's coach, and I just love the fact that he's getting his due this year, and Dan Campbell is one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. So what am I thinking in this game? I'm thinking Goff. He might have a little bit of a trouble for a half. I feel like they'll probably have the lead at the half, and then when New Orleans defense wears down because Carr can't sustain drives because he's down so many weapons that Detroit just in the second half just overtakes them and really wins this game. I'm thinking like probably 24-10 Detroit. I believe they'll cover. You're on the road giving 4 points. I don't know. I feel like, just there's no weapons aside from Kamara for New Orleans in this game, and it's just too much Detroit all the way around. So, I'm taking the Lions 24-10. They should cover this game, and I think Goff's going to have a really good game today, and here we go again. And do me a favor, please. If you like this content, if you like these videos, we're going to be here all week. And I'm here for you for the NFL in a week 13. But please do me a favor and subscribe to Mark's Bets. Right here on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. Mark's Bets. And follow me, subscribe, and please share it with your friends because we're having a lot of fun and a lot of people and a lot of interest in this subscription here, and we're just having a blast doing what we love. And by the way, I'm Mark Gottlieb.